Hello, I'm the pageant nerd with part 2 of my look at iconic mic drop answers in Miss Universe history, part of a bigger series about iconic moments in this pageant. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I'd suggest you check that out first. The link is in the description. If you're all caught up, let's get straight into it.
I believe there is not so much difference between man and woman.
This one you may not have thought of, but in my opinion, Curara Chibana's answer to Miss Paraguay's question was quietly one of the most beautifully crafted in Miss Universe history. Throughout the finals night competition in 2006, Curara proceeded to build a healthy following in the LA crowd, with her cute interactions in the first top 5 Q&A only adding to it, speaking Japanese, French, Spanish, and lastly, English.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the stage and I can feel you're full of energy. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the final question round, Curara drew a question from fellow top 5er Lourdes Revelos from Paraguay.
If you had the opportunity to change something in the history of humanity, what would you change and why?
パラグアイからの質問ですけれども、人間の歴史の中で何か変えることができるとしたら、どんなことを変えたいですか？
男性と女性にはそんなに差はないと思っています。ただ一つ差があるとすれば、腕力、暴力的な腕力、女性に対する暴力的な搾取、それをなくすことができれば、もう少し素敵な世の中になると思います。
I believe there is not so much difference between man and woman. Only biggest difference will be the physical power of a man, and sometimes man exploit his power. And if he can't really relinquish that kind of violence and also the kind of exploitation, and the world will be better.
Thank you very much.
Responses translated into English sometimes lose some of their impact, and other times they're embellished. More on that later. But on this occasion, I felt Curara's suffered from the former. To me, Curara would have made a brilliant Miss Universe, but sadly her iconic performance all night was surpassed by another. More on Zuleika Rivera's legendary gown later on in this series. Of course, Japan went on to win Miss Universe the following year with Ryo Mori, but I've always had a sense of what if with Curara, one of my most favourite Miss Universe contestants ever.
For me, being Miss Universe is not just about knowing how to speak a specific language.
In the editions of Miss Universe where the contestants were given a single chance to speak, it felt like the final question carried extra weight, which makes Janine Togonon's first runner-up finish in 2012 all the more jarring. I've previously covered the debate over whether a poor final question should prevent a queen from winning the crown, using Miss Universe 2012 as a prime example. In many ways, Olivia Culpo was destined to become Miss Universe. She had beauty and brains, and it had been 15 years since the USA had won the title. But in comparing Olivia's unremarkable answer about regretting making fun of her siblings as a child, which she contradicted at the end by saying she didn't regret it, to Janine's memorable one about speaking English as a Miss Universe, there really wasn't a comparison.
Nigel Barker, what's your question?
Hi there. Listen, as an international ambassador, do you believe that speaking English should be a prerequisite to being Miss Universe? Why or why not?
For me, being Miss Universe is not just about knowing how to speak a specific language. It's being able to influence and inspire other people. So whatever language you have, as long as your heart is to serve and you have a strong mind to show to people, then you can be Miss Universe. Thank you.
People believe that you should have won Miss Universe and not Miss USA. That's why they showed that clip. What do you think?
Ako rin, honestly, syempre, akala ko talaga sisigaw na ng Philippines eh.
Pero may something talaga sa akin na na-feel ko, bakit kami ni USA natira?
When she
Parang
didn't look the strongest.
Yes, I
Yeah.
choose Australia pa. Performance and Q&A. Australia pa ako. Kaya sabi ko, oh my, USA, tama si Mommy. Sabi ko, mukhang USA nga to. Sabi ko, gano'n. Na-feel ko na yun.
Okay.
Pero although, syempre, nag-hope pa rin ako na, Philippines! Ganyan. Pero, sabi ko, may something eh. Sabi ko.
Yes.
To be clear, I don't agree with the idea that a single answer alone should or shouldn't win a year-long title like Miss Universe, one of the biggest and most important in the world. It should most definitely be based on the whole package and assessed potential to do the job. So I'm glad that nowadays we get to see the Queen speak more than once to give a better all-round view of the contenders.
That I am confidently beautiful with a heart. Thank you.
3 years later, and it looked like the Philippines had fallen short for a second time, despite delivering another iconic final answer. In 2015, Miss Universe mirrored Miss World and Miss International, among others, in handing the mic over to the delegate and asked them why they should win the title. Pia Wurtzbach did not disappoint.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe?
To be a Miss Universe is both an honor and a responsibility. If I were to be Miss Universe, I will use my voice to influence the youth, and I would raise awareness to certain causes like HIV awareness that is timely and relevant to my country, which is the Philippines. I want to show the world, the universe rather, that I am confidently beautiful with a heart. Thank you.
The 64th Miss Universe will be remembered for a much more controversial reason, but I only have to revisit this response to be personally reminded why Pia was declared the judge's pick for the crown.
I didn't memorize my answer, first of all.
Yeah.
But I knew that going into the competition, syempre kung candidate ka at gusto mong manalo, tatanungin mo na yung sarili mo, bakit ako? Why should I win? Or, what does it take to win? And of course, I've thought about these things. And so the answer came easy because I really wanted the job.
I know. And you were in the moment. You were listening.
Yeah, and I wanted also to, you know, when I said the world, naisip ko kasi yung kabilang pageant. Kaya na binago ko the universe para may may branding pa rin. And also the
I thought that was really cool.
And I remember to always end the question with a bang. And this is something that we talked about when we would train for Q&As.
Nothing as important as taking up space in society and cementing yourself.
As I've covered here, India and then the Philippines had led the way with sending so-called cerebral queens to pageants. But by the late 2010s, it was South Africa that ruled the Miss Universe roost in this regard, with a sandwich of wins in 2017 and 19, and a first runner-up in between. With a thoroughly professional national organisation, Miss South Africa was producing a range of stellar contenders, beautiful, well-spoken, intelligent women, for multiple international competitions, scooping up crowns at Miss World, Universe and Supranational in the process. In the midst of this golden run, Zozibini Tunzi dazzled the judges at Miss Universe 2019, and indeed, with 4 separate occasions to speak, a far cry from recent years, her thoughtful, amusing and inspiring words resonated wonderfully well. Zozi's performance reached its crescendo with the final question, and with it, her victory was sealed.
What is the most important thing we should be teaching young girls today?
I think the most important thing we should be teaching young girls today is leadership. It's something that has been lacking in young girls and women for a very long time, not because we don't want to, but because of what society has labeled women to be. I think we are the most powerful beings on the world, and that we should be given every opportunity, and that is what we should be teaching these young girls, to take up space. Nothing as important as taking up space in society and cementing yourself. Thank you.
First of all, why does it look like I'm yelling at Steve? I'm like, there's nothing as important as taking up space, and Steve is like, okay, girl.
And Take Up Space was born. In my mind, I didn't even think that it would be a huge thing. And people always ask me, what were you thinking in that moment? There's so many things you could have said. Why leadership? And why did you say it the way that you said it? And I still don't have any answers today. I just love listening to it because I still believe in those words that I said there. Also, that lady, shout out to you. You are the hype woman I need in my life forever and ever.
They're survivors, they're heroes. They have the power.
This is one of the most recent examples, for me at least, of when an amazing mic drop answer was delivered, but it didn't deliver a Miss Universe crown. With 4 Latinas and India in the top 5 of the COVID-delayed Miss Universe 2020, it was bound to be a highly competitive final question round. The top 5 queens were given 2 chances to speak, and while eventual winner Andrea Meza performed incredibly well and ended up being a wonderful Miss Universe, on the night, my personal favourite was Janik Maceta of Peru. Her first response, having been asked by Miss Universe 2006 Zuleika Rivera to deliver a message to victims of sexual or domestic abuse, was one for the ages.
Miss Peru, what would you say to the women watching tonight who are currently experiencing sexual or domestic abuse?
I will tell them that I admire their strength, that they're survivors, and that I've been there too. I became the hero of my own story. That's why I advocate to save little girls from being victims. They're survivors, they're heroes. They have the power, and don't ever, ever make anyone silence your voice.
Thank you, Peru.
Whether or not it came across as spontaneous or overly rehearsed, I thought it was a beautifully constructed, measured response that didn't try and deliver a cliched, pointless message, in that she displayed empathy, celebrated bravery, demonstrated action, and offered realistic words of support. For me, a near perfect answer.
I can proudly say that I'm a founder. I'm the founder of Little Heroes Peru. It was my dream all this time, and it's just my baby. It's a nonprofit. It's a registered nonprofit. Little Heroes is working on building the bridges between private entities and local government in order to raise funds to provide legal and psychological help for these little children and families that cannot afford such costs. I believe that every child should be protected and should be feel safe and have the opportunity to just embrace life again.
And while it wasn't quite enough for Janik to take the title, it remains for me an iconic mic drop answer in Miss Universe's rich history.
Pienso que está muy exacto ese eslogan que dice, mi nombre es Panamá.
Now, next Christmas, ask Santa Claus to give you a sweater designed by me.
There you are, and they'll do it. Thank you, Miss Schiller.
If I could change the past, I would love to go back to the day when late Mrs. Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was assassinated and she was killed, and I would love to get her back again.
And I've always taught myself to look for the beauty in it, to look in the beauty in the faces of the children, and to be grateful. And I would bring this aspect as a Miss Universe to see situations with a silver lining.
Come out, speak for yourself, because you are the leader of your life. You are the voice of your own. I believed in myself, and that's why I'm standing here today. Thank you.
Some of you may be wondering why neither Alicia Machado's nor Oksana Fedorova's responses made this list. Others watching might know that the official interpreters in both cases provided inaccurate translations, which arguably embellished their responses. Let's have a look.
Question is, what do you think men can learn from women?
La pregunta es, ¿qué tú crees que pueden aprender los hombres de las mujeres?
Yo considero que muchísimas cosas, porque gracias a nosotras los hombres están aquí
y están en este momento en este teatro aplaudiéndome a mí, que soy una mujer, y me aplauden porque estoy en un concurso de belleza.
I believe they can learn very much because thanks to us women, the men are here in this beautiful theater, seeing this beautiful contest and applauding me because I am a beautiful woman.
This is your final question. What makes you blush?
Что тебя заставляет краснеть?
Когда я говорю неправду.
When I say the wrong things.
Which are your most iconic mic drop moments from Miss Universe history or from any other pageant? Leave them in the comments below. Okay, that's all for today. I'll be back very soon with the next episode in my series on most iconic moments in Miss Universe history. I'm the Pageant Nerd. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.